Hey, what's up? So today I'm going to try to cover how to find direction and purpose in life. And basically, I got this idea from a comment that I put into a vote, and we got 100 votes or 102 votes a couple days ago, and this one won number one. And I was actually hoping that this one wouldn't win because this one seemed the most difficult to answer. But I did do some thinking about it. I do feel like I have some important or relevant thoughts on the topic, and then I also have some actionable steps for you at the end there. So I hope you find this useful. And by the way, thanks everyone for taking the time to comment what you like to see. Please continue to do that, and I'll make a video on it, and or at least I'll consider it. I can't promise I'll make a video on everything that's posted, but yeah, I really appreciate everyone voting and putting some thoughts into it. Okay, so I wanted to ask myself, and the question first is like, how if I'm trying to answer this, like, what does purpose even mean, right? Is it a feeling? Is it like feeling happiness or fulfilled, right? Or is it more of a, hey, I understand who I am and what I'm into, so I know what I want to do with my life, right? And is having purpose the same thing as feeling happy long term? And I feel like if these things are true, if it is a feeling, then can't you just feel happy from within? Because happiness comes within, right? You can't, you don't really need external factors to help you feel happy, which means you don't need any external factors to help you feel like you have purpose, right? And the same thing with understanding what's inside. It's all coming from within. So I don't know the answer to these questions. I'm just kind of asking these questions just so you have an idea, like, do you actually want purpose? And I think most people, I don't know if they want purpose, but they want something else that they think purpose will get them, right? So maybe right now you want purpose because you feel lost. You don't know you don't know what you're doing, right? You feel like you just want to know what to do. You feel like you want something that you can't get. So maybe those are the feelings you have, and maybe finding purpose isn't the actual thing you're looking for. And I don't know. These are just ideas that I think you should think about. But if you don't feel like you know what you're doing, I just want to let you know that it's okay because I don't think anyone knows what they're doing at any age. Like when you're a kid, you look at your teacher, oh, this teacher has it figured out. They don't, right? You look at, someone in their 50s, you think they have it figured out? I'm gonna tell you right now they don't. The older you get, the more you realize people don't have things figured out, right? Like I don't have anything figured out. I don't know what I'm doing. You don't know what you're doing. I might know what I'm doing a little bit more than you know what you're doing, but I still don't know what I'm doing, right? And then it's not just people, like companies don't know what they're doing. It's like when we started our software company, we didn't know what we were doing. And I was like, oh my God, these other big companies must have it figured out. And then I talked to people that work there, and I'm just like, oh, their internal things are all fucked up. Like basically my idea, my point is nobody knows what they're doing, and it's okay that you don't know what you're doing. So just don't feel bad about not knowing what you're doing because it's fine. Everyone doesn't know what they're doing. I don't know how many times I can say that. Okay, so another thing to consider is like your purpose is going to change, right? I feel like your purpose doesn't last forever. I have a feeling that finding purpose is like finding happiness. It's like curing starvation or curing hunger, right? It's like you're not gonna just eat once and then not be hungry again. So it's something that will come and then it'll go because you're gonna change. You're gonna go through different life stages, right? Everything's gonna be different. Your feelings, your thoughts gonna be different. So it's not like an end destination. So I wouldn't worry too much about finding purpose right now because it's going to change, right? It's going to be different at every stage in your life. If you think about your what you have right now, you probably really want it at some point, and now that you have it, you don't really care that much about it, right? Because you already got used to it. So my point is, just don't put too much pressure on yourself because your purpose is for sure, I guarantee you, is going to change. What I think is important to focus on though is your belief system. So belief systems, I think, are probably the most important thing. So I think it's important for you to know that everything in your life is going to turn out amazing and just really believe it deep down. Like you are going to have an amazing life and just believe that. I'm going to have an amazing life. Just keep saying that to yourself, okay? So if that's the case, then if all this stress and worry you're having about your situation right now is not going to help. It's actually counterproductive, right? And all the struggle you're going through right now is just part of the journey. Because if you don't go through the struggle right now, then the end destination or where we go is not going to be as valuable, right? So I don't know if let's say you're 25 right now, you think about a time when you were 15, right? You're probably stressing about something that was happening in your life that was really insignificant to you now. What I'm telling you right now is like what you're stressing over right now is going to be really significant to you in the near future. Okay, so belief systems are everything, and what you should be doing, I think, if you're trying to find purpose, is you should really be practicing mind powers. And what that, I mean, a lot of these on, but basically what that is just basically just thinking thoughts that you want to think so frequently that it becomes part of your habit, right? And also practicing meditation, not a lot of time, 5 minutes a day, just being aware of your thoughts, right? If you're just thinking to yourself, oh, I suck, I don't have purpose, whatever, then that's going to become what happens, right? If you start thinking that you do have purpose, then you will actually find purpose, right? Just by really changing the way you think. And once again, it's really okay if you don't have purpose right now. I guarantee you're gonna figure it out, right? I don't even know, like for me, for example, I don't know if I have purpose, and I feel fine. I feel happy, right? Do I have purpose? Like, do I love my job or love everything I do and whatever? I don't know. Maybe I don't really think about that much, right? So you just don't think about that much. Everything works out. Everything is gonna be fine. Just don't put too much emphasis on quote unquote having purpose. Okay, because it's a fleeting feeling. Okay, so how to get direction, I think, is a little bit more concrete. I think that it's easy to set up a system for you to feel good about making small improvements, and then all you need to do is have measurable goals, and then make sure you remember those goals, and then make sure you review how you're doing on those goals. So I'll give you a workflow on how to do this. So first thing you want to do is let's imagine you have no idea what you want, right? You're completely lost. I want you to go ahead and spend 20 minutes and write your own obituary, right? So pretend like you died in, whatever, 70 years or whatever, lived to 100, lived to 150, whatever you want, right? You passed away, you lived a very long and fulfilling life. What do you want people to say about you? What's the most important thing that you want people to think about you, right? Write down what you achieved, like financially or with your family or whatever, philanthropy, whatever. Write down what kind of person you were, how you're remembered, and just think about what's most important to you and write those things down. So write like a 2 or 3 paragraph obituary that you would want to actually have your obituary when you end up passing away. Okay, and that's going to be like kind of the basis of what you want. That's the direction you want to go in your life, and then you want to take that as like kind of a starting point. And then you want to write down your 10-year plan. So in 10 years, what kind of person are you going to be? What will you have achieved in 10 years, right? You can have different categories. You want like how much money you made, what kind of career you had, what kind of friendships you have, your family, like more spiritually. What are these things, right? So you can make 1 or 2, 3 points or goals for every category. What I think is most important for this is like in order to achieve those things, what habits do you have? What do you do every day? And then what do you not do ever? Right. So those are the really important things that I think you need to do as well, other than just what you want to achieve. So you do that for 10 years. Okay. Think about it. And then kind of use that as a structure and then go 5 years. Okay. Same exact thing. What do you want to do in 5 years? Right. Same exact thing. Maybe the goals are a little bit smaller because you have less time to achieve them. And it's totally fine if it's less, but whatever, write that down. And then you go 1 year. Same exact thing. Okay. 1 year, you can actually get a lot more specific because you kind of have it's not so far in the future. It's like, okay, this is what I want to achieve in 1 year. All right, now, once you do those 4 things, I want you to make a 1 month plan. Okay, 1 month goals. And this one's not so much like, it's just like, hey, what am I going to achieve 1 month from now that's kind of going towards this 1 year goal, towards the 5 year goal, towards the 10 year goal, toward my lifetime goal. And what I like to put down is I like to put what I'm going to achieve that's measurable, right? So it's like, you don't just want to say, I want a better body. It's like, I went to the gym 12 times this month, right? I could bench, 240. I could run an X minute mile, or I ran a mile every single day, right? It just has to be measurable, right? It has to be like, yes or no. Did you do or did you not? Okay. And then you want to write, what will you do every day? So every day I'm going to meditate. Every day I'm going to stretch for 5 minutes. Every day I'm going to do whatever. Okay. And then you want to write, what will you not do every day? So every day this month, I'm not going to use my phone for more than 2 hours. Every day, I'm not going to eat sugar. Every day, I'm not going to sleep, or I guess you can say, I'm not going to sleep in, past 8, whatever it is, right? So just make those goals. And then if it's your first month doing it, just make those goals that are easy, right? And then also make it like, if you want to start a meditating routine, like don't start with, I'm going to do 15 minutes a day. I'm going to do 3 minutes a day. I'm going to do 5 minutes a day, right? Something that's easy that you can do. Okay. So then every day, what you do is you wake up, you read the obituary, your 10-year goal, your 5-year goal, 1-year goal. Make sure you repeat it, then because you're reminding yourself, hey, this is my life. This is what I'm doing for my life now. And then you write down the one thing or 1 or 3 things that you're going to achieve today. So like today, I'm going to accomplish this, a big work thing, and then maybe a big non-work thing. And then you do your daily checklist, which is like, okay, am I going to do these 5 or 6 things that I said I was going to do every day? And then typically you look at yesterday and you go, oh, did I do any things I wasn't supposed to do? Like, did I eat sugar yesterday? If I did, just mark it down, right? It's not the end of the world, but just keep track of what you're doing. Okay. You do this every day. So write down what you're doing every day. Other things that I found useful, and you don't have to do these, but everything I think I found useful, I just started keeping a really short journal. So I like to write down, hey, how am I feeling? Like, how are you feeling? Just like What's going on through your mind? How you feeling? How was yesterday? So just make some notable things that happened yesterday. I write down how my body's feeling because I just have inflammation. So I'm just like, okay, yeah, I want to keep track of that. And then I write one good thing about yourself, right? So this is kind of helping you just, hey, you're a positive person. You think good things. What's one good quality you have? And then write 3 things that you're grateful for and why. So like, hey, I'm happy that I have a house. I'm grateful for my wife, grateful for my parents, grateful for my brother, grateful for my friends, right? Grateful for the washing machine is working. It could be small things, right? You can also do things that you don't have. I'm grateful for making $5 million in 3 years, right? And just kind of live in that moment. How does it feel to make $5 million in 3 years, right? Just kind of be grateful for that. Practice that so you're getting used to it. And then I like to write one big idea. So it's like, what's something that I typically wouldn't think about that I can accomplish? It's like, oh, like maybe I could sell my company for X million dollars. I can do this. I can do that. Like, just something that's kind of out of the norm of what you would think about. Just get in the practice of writing one big idea. And then if you are doing mind powers, just write down what you mind powered. So it's like I spend 5 minutes thinking about how I'm gonna have a very organized life or whatever it is, and just write it down so you keep track of it. And that's it. That's basically it. So that's kind of how you have direction, right? So you start big, you go small, and then you focus on the day to day, right? Really really straightforward. And I guarantee you, if you do this for a long 2-3 weeks, you're gonna start feeling like you have you have um you have purpose because now you actually are working towards something and you're measuring it. And I would recommend getting a timer, like one of these timers, and just like everything you do. Okay, I'm gonna do this for 5 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna do this for 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna work for 25 minutes and just have a timer, right? And then just don't fuck around when the timer's on. And then once the timer's off, you can kind of take a break, but then you kind of keep track. Like for example, I gave myself 60 minutes to make this video. I'm on 22 minutes left, so I'm on time. That's pretty much it. Okay, cool. So if you found this interesting, thank you. And then also, if you'd like to join my newsletter, or I don't know what it is, there's a waitlist right now. I'm gonna drop the link in a comment below. And I've been thinking more about what I want to do, and I think I want to maybe set up a structured process to do these things, right? Maybe I'll give you downloadable content. Maybe I said maybe, but I haven't made it yet. But maybe I'll give you some downloadable content where you can just like print out and write it. Honestly, it's easy to do on like Notion or just a Google Doc or even just white paper is fine. I don't know if it's super useful, but maybe a incentive for you to download. Well, by the way, I haven't made it yet, so if you join it, trying to get that, I'm not making any promises. But the way I think I want to do it, I want to start a small accountability group where we meet. We do this exercise obviously, but then we meet like once a week or once every 2 weeks for like 3 months to just like kind of make sure that everyone's on track with their goals. And that's going to cost money. I'm not sure how much money. I want to make sure it's expensive enough where like you get like you're putting in what you're taking. You get what you put in, right? So you gotta have some skin in the game. I don't really think the value is in like the information because you can get that is out there and literally I just gave it to you. But I think the value is more like, hey, I'm actually doing it and completing these tasks. So still up in the air, but yeah, join my group, leave a comment, whatever, blah blah blah, like, subscribe. All right, bye, thanks.